you up to, you silly creatures? How have you ended up with a hair floating around in your tank, huh? Am I going bald in your tank now? Is that it? Oh well. Should we get this show on the road, shall we? You reckon so, shall we? Yeah, you can flare at me. I'll take that as a yes then. Sunday shop doo 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 doo. Sunday shop doo 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 doo. Sunday shop doo 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 doo. Arr. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, greeting, salutation. Howdy, Andrew. Yes, oh, your weekend might be over. Mine is just starting. Uh, yay, retail. Um, yeah, my weekend is usually Sunday, Monday, or Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, or Sunday, Tuesday, Friday, all depending on how my days off work. Um, yeah, sometimes it's just Sunday. Yeah, gets weird. Um, but yeah, that's work. Working retail. You never know what the hell's going to happen one day to the next. Hope all is well with you. So I was working yesterday, which is why I didn't show up. Um, yeah, it's been a week. I'm sure stuff's happened. Was that a bruise or is it just a shadow? No, I managed to get a bruise on my cheek somehow. Never mind. That's right. Yeah, so because killer happened, a little bit of adjustments went on. I don't just mean Mr. and Missy Chromis over to the 15-gallon flex, moved the clicky boys, the yo-yo loaches, into the tank that the cribbies came out of, and to clear, to actually catch the cribbies, I had to, remove the Anubius from the tank, which is huge. The tank that the lemon eye, blue eye lemon bristle noses are in, Andrew, you'll know the tank. Yeah, that Anubius is like 2/3 of the length of the tank and the full depth of it. Sammy, how you doing? There we go. Rookie noises. Wait till you retire. Work never stops. Nah, work always stops. You ain't got to work. You ain't got to work. When you're retired, it means you can put it off for the next day, or the day after, or the day after that, or just not do it. Oh, yep, something interesting. Or we're out to the pharmacy, or on a date. Or a probation hearing, one of them. Good to have you here anyway. Good to have anyone here, even if it's only for a couple of minutes. Just helps the numbers, and it's nice to say hello to people. Yeah, I've not been sleeping great of late again. My body needs a week off, and unfortunately, I've had to postpone my week's holiday because of issues at work. So I had to work that week and on the week off, the week after now. So Well, 2 weeks to go. No, I've got 2 weeks to go before I have a week off, which is okay. Water changes, film some videos in the gardens, spring cleaning. All those jobs I've not done because I've been working and busy otherwise. Procrastinating. Also, I want to get back on the bike and start doing some longer rides and get my body back used to riding longer distances than a mile or two. Yeah. Anything else fishy wise gone on? We've got some more shrimpies in that little tank down there. There's about 20 I caught out of the filters this week. I say caught, I mean pull the filter sponges, smush them out in the water, pour the water, put the plug in, pour the water in the sink, and then go through it and catch all the shrimp out of it. Yeah, that takes a while. Actually, that's the longest bucket of water change water there is to do. Hola Linkbot. Yeah, so some of the other ones is just like pour one bucket of water out, refill it, pour it back in. Yeah, like that one, it's sitting there trying to catch newborn shrimp in a sink full of mold and water. It's not the easiest thing to do. But everyone that escapes is £1.25 gone literally down the drain. And I don't like throwing money down the drain, so I try to catch them all. Deli darling, happy Valentine's. You were looking absolutely ravishing in your red dress. I would have happily taken you out for lunch. I would have been forced to give you a hug as well, unfortunately, but yeah. Some things just can't be helped. Very Jessica Rabbit, I thought. Either that or I'm going to start singing Krista Berg, Lady in Red. And nobody wants that. Because the Krista Berg version is bad enough. And then, yeah, you don't want me singing it. You look good anyway, my dear. And hell, I don't bother about looking good when I'm working. But then I don't work in fashion. I work in hardware. So I can get away with ropey old shorts and, pardon me, odd socks and manky steel toe cap boots that are about to fall apart. Actually, I refuse to look good no matter what job I'm doing. I don't think I could even if I tried. Oh, there you go then. You're a professional model now. There we go. You wore it, you modelled it, and it sold. Therefore, that makes you a professional model. And you showed it actually fitted and suited a female figure. Not like most fashion models, where the clothing looks like it will fit and suit a young boy's figure. Yeah. Well, it's kind of obvious what taste fashion designers have when you look at the clothes they design. Yeah, that's not for a female figure. That's for a young male figure. Yes. I'm sure there are some fashion designers who understand that women have curves, sticky outy bits and squidgy bits. But it seems a lot of them don't. Sticky outy bits. J Rock. No munching this week? No. No. That's interesting. No. Actually, not wax crayons, they're pastels or pastels. Poppy and Paxton just uploaded a Wahoo compilation. Yay! It's a pair of prairie dogs. And if you've not heard prairie dogs wahooing, red one's got good flavour. Tastes of Valentine's. Green tastes of, well, snot. Oh, here we go. And yeah, why does the bloody laptop wait until I'm partway through streaming before it suddenly shows up all the bloody notifications? Ooh, Wizzle's been doing heavy metal. Hi ho, it's off to work we go. Where the shovel and pick and an erectic hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho. Yes, Poppy the prairie dog. Oh, what? Yeah, they are indeed awesome. And Paxton is just so cute with his 3 legs. Yes, 3-legged prairie dog. And I'm not even going to attempt to do a prairie dog wahoo. Just Google it. Just go to Poppy the Prairie Dog channel and enjoy. Poppy! Wahoo! Yeah. She's cute, naughty, and funny. Which is the best combination of attributes for a small furry friend. I'm a large furry friend. I'm not cute. I am furry. I can be funny, and I am naughty. And today, for some reason, I have wind. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's when she forgets that she's still in her cage, throws her head back and smacks her head into the bars. Well, conk. Yes. I mean, bunnies are the same. They all think they run the world, and they do, to be fair. Well, I did fall in love yesterday. When I had a minor heart attack, I fell in love. Encountered a new to the area cat yesterday. There's a little short-haired domestic, but it's white with black markings, and the markings are basically identical to Zach's old markings. And he's only 3 legs, but he was very friendly and meowed pretty much the same as Zach as well. So it was kind of spooky, but yes, made friends. I made friends with a 3-legged cat who I named Tripod. Yeah, I'm nothing if not imaginative when it comes to names for animals. You got to do what you got to do. And as it's not my neighbour's cat, I won't be trying to steal it unless it does decide it just wants to hang with me. If it does, then I'm cool with that. Whether Zach will be is another matter, but you know. And I also saw Sparky Doodle as well, the little ginger one that died a year or so ago. Yes, saw her sitting under her bush as well. There's a little bush in my neighbour's front yard that Sparky always used to sit underneath. It was her spot. And yeah, she was sat under there when I came home from work last night. And I said hello, and she sort of vanished. Almost like she was waiting for me. So yeah. I can't really talk about what's going on at work at the moment. You revived a baby toad yesterday at work. That sounds interesting. I'm sure you revived a lot of chodes, but not toads. Um, and yes, I did mean that joke. Half dried out, still very popular in some wet paper towel. Exactly. Don't put toads in water. They will drown. Look, they're amphibians, Sharpe. Yes, they are, but they're not like frogs. They don't live in water. They go into it to breed, and that's about it. They get that over with real quick. Actually, that reminds me, now the weather's started warming up in the UK, I will soon have the frog chorus in the back garden again. I mean, it won't be tuneful, it'll be a constant bar, 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 bar going on, but I mean, spring's on the way. And the dwarf narcissi are in flower as well, so yay, hay fever's started up again. Literally the first couple of flowers that come into bloom and Sharpie's hay fever starts up. I shouldn't call it hay fever, I'm just allergic to all kinds of pollen, I think. Cold bag from supermarket, popped it in there on the paper towel after 6 hours, much better. Popped it in the garden, out in the carport. Oh, bless it. Well, hopefully that repays you by eating all the bugs and flies, because that's what toads are really good at. Well behaved toad, poor little fella. Oh god, that just sounded suspiciously like Rolf Harris. We're going to avoid that impression. Probably gay. And there's the dark side of Adele's sense of humour. Oh dear. Yeah, we do actually have signs in the UK. From places where toads migrate on their routes back to their spawning ponds. There are actually road signs warning you of toads crossing, so people hopefully don't run them all over. Well, most people, I can't imagine stopping or swerving or anything to avoid a toad. Cane toads are pests. Yeah, I mean, are people still licking them? I remember that was a thing a while back. Licking them, getting high from the toxins. Oh, that'd be Mary's just got home again. Yeah, piddled down the rain mostly yesterday and today, so there's been flooding again. Nothing too bad, just places that normally flood. Yeah. Dips in roads and fields looking like lakes and things like that. I shall tell Mary said hello. You see, we've got my anniversary and Valentine's Day cards up there. And yes, Mary forgot to fill in the box on the personalised Valentine's card with the name. So she had to get a marker pen. Actually, sunny, a bit miffed I had to work. And I'm not sure whether I'd rather be at work or at home when it's sunny. I mean, if it's sunny and hot, I think I'd probably rather be at work because we have aircon. Although for some idiotic reason, people keep leaving the door open when it's warm. No, leave the door shut. Let the aircon do its job. Oh, leave the door open. It's lovely and warm. No, it's not. It's getting hot and horrible, and we work in a metal box. Um, 12 years. Congratulations, J Rock and Lady J. Mary and I is 7 years, which is copper. So one of the gifts I got her had copper in it. Basically a pebble from a beach in Cornwall. Solid metal pebble from a beach in Cornwall. But for 7 years, you've been my rock with a little copper heart in it. I know. Sad. But it worked. Had the desired effect. I've got some new shorts, so yay! I won't have to keep sewing the old ones back together again. A waterproof map holder. I know. Unique thing to me. Compass or direction finding. Cards and chockies, which I'm going to try and be good and not eat all the chocolates in one go. Might be difficult because they are Bojangles and Lindt, so yeah, they might not live very long. Yeah, and what was the other thing I've got? It was a chocolates, flowers card, and how best to describe it? A fake rose with the actual rose flower made out of red coloured metal. The stem and the leaves are actually plastic, but they're vapor deposited with 24 karat gold. So only a very, very, very minuscule amount of gold, but hey, it is gold. And I thought it looked kind of nice and was a suitable Valentine's type present. I did better than one of my male colleagues anyway, who on Valentine's Day, when he, about 4:45 when he was leaving off, he was like, "Where's a good place to get flowers in Attleborough?" I'm like, what, 4:45 on Valentine's Day? Yeah, nowhere. What do you mean? They'll all be sold out. Why would they have sold out? He's got that known that the tyre's flat now on the front tyre. Got to go second flat in a week. Oh, that's not good. It's never good when you get a flat, but when you get two in a week, it's annoying. They do tend to come round like that, though. You'll get one puncture, then you'll get one a few days after. But yeah. So he left off work at 5. Had to walk all the way into town at Sainsbury's, only to discover the only flowers they had left were the more expensive bouquets, and they were all frost damaged. And in his words, it was horrific. The least expensive one was £15. I'm like, so you cheaped out then? That's not cheap, dude. You didn't even get her a dozen red roses. Oh, the price of them. Oh. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, dozen red roses. It's just what you do. Even I can manage that. I mean, admittedly, now those red roses aren't quite what they were, and they're starting to drop petals. But that's okay because Latte loves eating rose petals. So both the girlies in my life are happy. One because they got nice prezzies and flowers, and the other one because they get to eat said flowers. And it was also Latte's birthday this week as well. It looks like my computer's downloading an update of some description. So if things go a bit screwy for a few minutes, don't worry about it. Yeah, womp womp. Yeah, so people being cheap, someone getting in a lot of trouble at work, which I can't talk about for legal reasons, and also because they don't know yet. Yeah, that's going to be fun. Hopefully nothing happens till I go back. Yeah, it's nothing too dramatic, Adele. Don't worry. It's just doing things you really shouldn't do, and not doing things you really should do in the same kind of thing. So yeah. One reason why I had to change my week holiday, put it back a week, just to make sure there's enough cover, just in case. Could well be a case of someone getting their other half a Valentine's gift, and that Valentine's gift costing them their job. Well, yeah, it's kind of ironic, really. It's funny. So what else has been going on this week? What else have I been? 2 flats in a week sounds like someone doesn't like it. Yeah, howdy Endler, that or just bad luck. So I went a year or more without getting a puncture on my bike, and then I got 2 in 2 weeks. Both from thorns through the tyre. Different thorns, not the same thorn. I didn't like get one puncture and miss the thorn. I got the thorn out, and then the second week, it wasn't even a week later. It was about 3 or 4 days. Just go out and bugger, back tyres flat again. Thankfully, it wasn't too bad a puncture, so I was able to pump the tyre up enough to get to work and then get home again. But yeah, it was a case of the next day, pull the back wheel off. It's always the back wheel on a bike, it's never the front wheel. Touch wood. The front wheels are a lot easier to take off. You haven't got chains and stuff in the way. Just undo the quick release and drop the flipping thing out. Yeah, they are more noticeable. On a mountain bike with big fat tyres with big chunky treads on them, you don't get that many punctures. On a more road tread, thinner tread, and much higher pressures, it's torn through it. And that's going to be the one thing that could cause me issues when I do the long ride, is if I start getting punctures. Because a lot of that ride is going to be through forests and off-road. I mean, it's a walking track, but it's not like a gravel path. It's yeah. But a random footpath through the middle of nowhere. And there's not exactly many bike shops on the route either that I could stop in and get a new inner tube. So it could well be that I get to camp get there, get back to my campsite, and then spend the evening fixing punctures in inner tubes. Hopefully not. Hopefully I can avoid any flat tires or mechanical breakdowns or physical breakdowns or mental breakdowns on my behalf. And as I won't be sleeping in a tent, I'll be under a tarpaulin. Hopefully I don't get woken up in the middle of the night by wildlife sniffing me or trying to eat me. It's not going to be anything dangerous. Probably the scariest thing I might find will be a muntjac deer or a rabbit, maybe a rat. But yeah, it's only one night. I can survive. It's just the having a bad night's sleep, being absolutely shattered and probably stiff and sore and in pain, and then having to cycle the rest of the way home the next. And probably going a lot slower than day one. Well, at least until the painkillers kick in and the energy drinks kick in. And when I see that first sign for Attleborough, it'll be like, hallelujah. But that first sign is probably going to be about 20 miles home. It's like, well, I've got at least another 2 hours to go. Keep pedaling. Any other fishy stuff happened this week? Not I'm aware of. No birth deaths. No. Oh, I did manage to catch the rest of the juvenile cribs, and they're now down in the bottom tank there. I say juvenile because they are full grown. So hopefully they don't start breeding. And now it's just a case of figuring out what else can go in with Doug. And I'm thinking I'm going to need some, I say dither fish, something small and out and abouty type of fish to go in with the pair of bristlenoses and the pair of pelvicochromis. Probably some little tetra or something. See what's cheap. Maybe Ember tetras, because the one I've still got left is bloody years old. It just keeps hanging on. Excuse me, the Cubitai Rasbora didn't do very well. I think they prefer softer water, so find something that likes good, hard, crunchy water and is friendly and is big enough to not get eaten. The joys of keeping fish. And so then once the clicky boys have cleared out snails from the tank they're in now, then it'll be a case of moving that and the shelly dwellies. And that's going to be fun. Catching all the shell dwellers. Pardon me. Oh, and the light died on one of my fluval flexes. It's actually the one that the cribs are in. So I've got light the same as the one that's on top of that tank. One of the little, I'm going to say Nicrew. It's not a Nicrew, but it's like a Nicrew. It's same factory, it's just got a different badge on it. So I've got that on there at the moment, which means I haven't got the lid on it. I'm debating, do I get another fluval flex light for it, or do I get one of the more submersible waterproofy type lights and just kind of bodge it to the lid using cable ties, or do I cut the lid into 3 pieces, leave the middle out and just stick with the light that's on there? All depends on mood. I'm I know I've had the flexes several years now, so I'm not upset that the light has died. And it is the second light in that tank, but I've had it 6 years coming up, so yeah, I've done well. Although this one, when I took it off, was actually full of water, so not exactly waterproof. Like, just sort of, my slippers falling apart. We've got hearts coming up. Who's hearting me? We've got 7 people here now. Ooh. Say hello, peeps. Yeah, so that's that. So unless someone knows of a hack or a certain light that fits on a 57 litre fluval flex and fits under the lid and blah blah blah. It was actually looked on Amazon. I couldn't actually find a replacement light. I don't know if they've stopped making the flexes now. I've not seen them for sale for a while. But yeah, something will turn up. I'll have a moment of inspiration from somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, other than that, I've not really had much to do this week. The endurance racing season has started up again, so I've been watching those races, which takes quite a lot of time. You know, in the case of the Daytona 24-hour race, it took 24 hours to watch. What else? Yeah, so it's just a case of trundle along and see what happens. Bugging me now. Is that a bruise on there, or is that just the way the shadow's falling on my face? No, there's a bruise. I've bonked myself on something. Never mind. It might just be Mary's makeup smeared on there. I don't know. Find out later. See if it ends up on my pillow overnight. So what else have we done? What else have we thought about? Yeah, there's really not been a lot going on around here, to be honest. I mean, even less than usual, really. Yeah. Because it's going to be a while yet till I can work out what new fisheries I might want. I haven't really been delving into that too deeply. Just kind of letting things bimble along gently, see what happens. Give it another month or so, Mary and I'll be going out and about again, so the weather will be nice enough to do it. So we'll probably find ourselves wandering around some garden centres, as well as churches and old abandoned haunted places. And then, yeah. Oh, you frightened me. Yeah, so yeah, that would probably be when we start looking back at fish again. And so I have got a tank clear that I could quarantine new stuffs in, but ideally I would like to clear at least one more tank of bristle noses, especially get rid of some of them super reds, because geez, some of them are getting real big now. I mean, it's not very often that you'll can I that one way, that way. That one on the filter there, that's probably about 3 inches long on the sponge filter up the back. Oh yeah. So, linear doing linear things, bristle nose is doing bristle nosy things. Yeah, whole load more noses. There we go. Just to make everyone feel seasick. And the Shelleys, for some reason, were just hanging out in a big group. And see how long it takes for a little baby to make itself known. There we go, down the front. Come on, there you go. And yeah, so it's just more of the same in there. Just hundreds of linea. Some rather overgrown vowel. Yeah, well, let's be honest, all the plants are overgrown in there, aren't they, really? Are you coming over to say hello, are you, big boy? Yeah. There you go. Hello, Ernie. Yes, I'm aware the glass needs cleaning. Glass always needs cleaning in my tanks. Maybe so often I'll get round to doing it. Just not very often. Be another job for my week off, I think. Yes, I know it'll only take a matter of a few minutes to do all of them. But I have to find the urge and the willing, and then get one of those spurts of energy so I can actually do anything. I'm starting to wonder if I'm ADHD at some level, because apparently that's an ADHD thing, to just procrastinate and not want to do things. I think I'm probably just more lazy than anything. Yeah, itchy nose. Ooh, have an adjustment. Yeah, I'm really struggling for stuff to talk about today. Cool dear, at this rate, might have to give it up early. At least then I can have something to eat, though. So I'm rather hungry. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. If a bunch of people don't come in and we find stuff to talk about in the next quarter of an hour or so, we might call it short tonight. As I could do with a bit of flumpy time. And definitely something to eat. Yeah, because half a dozen little millionaire shortcake bites isn't enough. Not for a fat bloke, anyway. Although, back to work again. Yeah, one of my colleagues made the rather silly noob mistake of following me into the toilet and lived to regret their decision quite badly. And I said to give it 5 or 10 hours, and he didn't listen. Pardon me. When you hear the door shut, and then you hear someone gag straight away. It's just like not good. Little things that amuse me. Yes. Oh dear. Excuse I. Yeah, so of my prezzies, the obviously the shorts will be very useful because I'm getting sick of sewing the old ones back together every time they split. The waterproof map pouch will be very useful on my longer rides when I'm relying on a map, because sat navs and Google Mapsy type things don't necessarily go the ways I want to go. No, there is no road here. Yes, I know there's no road there. That's why I'm going that way. And the compass as well, for if I do get lost, I can at least figure out which way north is. And I'll know roughly where I am and which direction where I want to go to is, and then I can work it out from the map and the compass and go, yeah, that way. And apparently that is a skill that is dying out. The skill to be able to read a map. To use a compass and read a map is apparently a skill that is dying out. And when you think majority of young'uns these days, they probably never had to read a map. If you've always had a mobile phone, then you've basically always had sat nav. So you've never had to actually read a map yourself. And if you have had to read the map, it's got a nice little arrow showing which way you're facing, exactly where you are. But that's another reason for actually having a map rather than a digital copy, is that when you're out in the middle of nowhere and there's no mobile phone signal, sat nav don't work. Howdy, Jeff. How you doing? Good to see you, my friend. Hope all is well. And in case you didn't know, that way is north from where I'm sitting. So the sun comes up that way, goes down that way. I south. Good to see you too, Jeff. So it's been a quiet one today. I've kind of not really got much left I can talk about. Plus, I'm massively aware how much my stomach's rumbling, and if you can't hear it, you're lucky. And I'm surprised. Yeah. Nothing really news happened paranormally in the house. I've been lurking since the beginning. Might be clinically insane. Oh, I know I'm clinically insane. Don't worry about it. I have a certificate. The plecos are plecking wonderfully, Jeff. Thank you. We have a new batch in the breeder box. We've got 150 commons in there, about 50 super reds in there, 150 commons in there, 150 commons in there, and about 20 or 30 super reds. About 30 super reds in there, and about another 100-ish plecos in the bottom. And this week I have seen all 3 clown plecos. They are all still there. And it weren't like I saw one, then another day I saw one. I saw all 3 at the same time. I was like, wow. Clown plecos, one of those fish you almost forget you have. And then you go, I'm probably dead by now. I haven't seen it for months. And then there it is, just sat there going, oh, human, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Panic hide. That's pretty much what happens. Mind you, I have stuck some floss in that filter, which has cleared the water up. Lovely. Bun, my darling. Oh, thank you for the wozies. Happy Valentine's, beautiful. What was I? So I've already lost my train of thought, and I even had one. Yeah, clown plecos hiding up, disappearing. But yeah, they all look fat and happy and sassy, so that's all good. I've not had to invent any new words this week as well, which is also good. That's because I haven't filmed anything this week though. So yeah, next week's video I've got two choices of things I already have filmed. And let's see, there's a few people here. Would you rather a Sharpe on a bike ride video or a time-lapse video of bristlenose plecos hatching? Yes, I did manage to film bristlenose plecos hatching. It's actually the ones that are in there right now that I filmed hatching. Ooh. Channel weeks. Channel. Would that be one of the wild type betters, Jeff, that you've got holding? A mouth brooder, I'm guessing. Wild type better chinoides. That's the one. Ooh, a privacy update. Learn how OneDrive protects your privacy. I don't use OneDrive, so you know. I'm protecting my privacy by not using it. Congratulations on breeding wild type betters. I still see betters every so often and think, oh, should I? Maybe if I saw some wild types locally and I had a suitable tank, which I probably don't. I'm guessing they're not a huge fan of tank mates, if they're anything like the other ones. Day 15 is when they spit them, is it? Fingers crossed, toes crossed, eyes crossed. I'm not going to do that because they never go straight again afterwards. I'm not going to cross my nuts either, or my legs, because that's painful. Yeah, chinoides can go in community tanks. Oh, and OneDrive's decided it's going to wake itself up. Go away. Sweet. So I'll have a look if I see some chinoides about. I'm sure someone's done a how to keep video on them, or a species profile type video. So I can watch one of those or a couple of those and follow your own rules sharp, watch at least 3, and then figure out which is the most common information shared between the 3 videos and go with that. That is my general advice, and I really should stick to it. But when you know people, and you get to know who you can trust, as it were. Oh my God. Oh, more baby shellies. Oh God, they're even smaller than the last lot. Jeez. Last video to see breeding. I will stick that on my to watch list. Thank you, Jeff. So it'd be just a case of whether they need soft water or not. Because I've only got the one soft water tank, and even if the betters are friendly, I don't think the Nanacara would be. But yeah, something to think about. I could possibly do another soft water tank. That would be a pain in the hole though, especially in summer if I run out of magical butt water, i.e. we get another dry summer. What was rock hard? Ah, yes. Similar Vasa to me. Well, probably not quite as liquid calcium as my water is. The joys of a chalk and flint bedrock. The flint doesn't add anything to the water. The chalk, however, if the water is remotely acidic, yeah, doesn't stay very acidic for very long. Hated losing my 3 betters. One was Petco, stayed alive for 2 years. Slightly 3, slightly over 5. So I don't think any of mine lasted more than about a year. I say any. I've had 2. One was they just standard store bought. Norman was a crown tail, or rose tail, one of them. Had the big long billowy fins. Was just a complete sap. It was mostly blue. Engelbert was a half moon Dumbo placat. He really didn't last very long. Beautiful fish, but yeah, I had to keep him on his own because he killed everything else that was in the tank, or tried to. Engelbert was quite happy with his shrimpy friends. No, Norman, sorry, was quite happy with his shrimpy friends. Engelbert was a lot more murdery. That's because he got the short tail, so he could swim a lot faster and actually catch them. Norman was just too slow to actually catch anything. And plus, he got bullied by platties when I first got him. Platties and neons actually beat him up. Yeah, believe it or not. Here I was a glow better. Look amazing. Blue, one crown tail, one galaxy. Oh, very pretty. I wouldn't be able to get glow better in the UK. They're illegal. All of the various glowfish are illegal in the UK. Yeah, as are any of the other dyed or tattooed ones. Yeah, and they're definitely interesting fish. It's just I don't really have the tank space to have a tank with just one fish in it, or 2 tanks with just faxing them, faking them, fixing them. I don't know. Yes. Just try to remember, was it? It's just under animal cruelty laws. They got banned because not natural. We have a much smaller ecosystem in the UK, so we have to be a bit more careful about what we allow and what we don't allow. Not quite as bad as phasing them out. Yeah, it's a bad idea. I mean, I understand why they made glowfish in the first place, and that was sensible. Breeding them now, no more injections. But yeah, I'd say they're still just illegal in the UK. That's not to say there's probably people who've got them. Probably are people who have them. Same with the other varieties and flavours of glowfish, but you won't find them in a pet shop. Not a good one anyway. I think even in Europe, yeah, I mean, I get the appeal of glowfish. They're just not for me. I mean, I'm not saying all my fish are dull and boring. They're not. You know, there's not a huge amount of massively vibrantly coloured fish. I've moved away from things like swordtails and platties and guppies and the ridiculously brightly coloured fish. I'm more in favour of the sort of more muted. Then you look closer at the various different slight patternings and colour changes like the Shelleys. If you look from a distance, yeah, they're just stripy. But if you look close up, you've got the mottled patterning in the stripes and the outlinings, and they're very pretty close up. Like a standard, common or garden hedge sparrow. If you look, you think it's just a little brown bird. You look at it closely, and they're absolutely stunning. Little Kachina. Yes, the jellyfish gene. But as I say, we still don't know what's going to happen down the generations with that jellyfish gene, whether weird stuff happens. Whether you suddenly get betters with 8 tentacles, or you never know. Betters with beaks and tentacles. I mean, we've all seen things like Jurassic Park, right? It's one of those where it can be done, but it probably shouldn't be done. Intelligence is knowing it can be, wisdom is knowing it shouldn't be. That's, I think, the general definition of that. You swim to the top of the tank, lay the eggs, and swim down and eat them before they hit the bottom. Yeah, that sounds about right for fish. We've all seen a female live bearer give birth, turn around and eat what she's just given birth to. Like, seriously? You just carried that for 4 weeks. You developed it from an egg into a small fish, and you just turned around and eaten it. Well done. And then you get the people who are all worried about, oh, my platty just gave birth. What do I do? I put her in this tank and we're keeping everything safe? And you're like, just let nature take its course or you'll be overrun. But they're baby fish, yes, I know. And they're baby fish and they're wonderful and they're awesome. And it's amazing that you bred them. Problem is, you've bred them once, they're going to breed again and again. And then the babies will get big enough to breed and they will start reproducing. Let's have a big tank with blue light and only green danios and cories. Cool night light. That would be cool. I mean, I say it would be cool. I mean, the blue light give me a migraine. And I can't sleep with the light on. So, well, not at night, which is weird. I don't understand it, because at night, if there's like a source of light, I can't get to sleep. I need a dark room to sleep. During the day, if I decide to go for a nap, I can fall asleep with the sun up, shining through the window, the light on, the fish tank lights on, the TV on. I'll fall asleep fine. If I tried that at night, I'd never get to sleep. I'm still not sure whether when I move the Shelleys across to the bigger tank, do I put a couple of Bushardi in there as well? I'll have to get extra rock work. Some diamond tetras, they're cool. What's the one? There's a salty, a marine fish. Can't remember what it's called. But it looks almost the absolute spit of a white skirt or a black skirt tetra. It looks exactly like one, but it's a marine fish. Ran over a nail Sunday, nothing's open today. Oh, yes. And I'm guessing you've not got any plugs or anything at home. What I have seen done before, and I'm not going to say this as a recommendation, disclaimer, this is only something Sharpe has seen done and has not done it himself. Well, I've seen somebody who has run over a nail and they pulled the nail out, or the nail's fallen out or whatever, and they've actually just got a really big wood screw and screwed it in, and that's just held enough air to get them somewhere that they can get the tyre fixed. Again, I wouldn't recommend it, and it all depends where the nail went in. Because if it's gone in through a block, then you'll just wear the head off the screw in no time at all, and it won't hold the air. If it's gone in a gap between blocks, you might get away with it. But yeah, always sucks when you get a puncture and you've run over a nail or something. You can almost kind of understand or forgive it if you had to like go up a curb or something, or narrow roads, you had to put two wheels off onto the verge. But yeah, when you're just driving down the road and, oh, pardon me, Andrew and Adele were here, whether they're just lurking or making coffees or something, I don't know. Adele might be getting ready for work or has fallen back to sleep. And Andrew is probably eating cake. Let's be honest. And if he has got a mouthful of cake, hi Donna. It's almost like we know him too well, isn't it, Jeff? Yeah. Actually, I really should stop talking about food, because my stomach is absolutely rumbling away like a good one. I think it's literally just the sugar in the energy drink keeping me going. Yeah, pork pies. Actually, are any of the non-UK residents familiar with the song Ernie, the Fastest Milkman in the West? It was by Benny Hill. It's that's a very funny song. And if you haven't, I suggest watching it at some point, listening to it. Yeah, it's just one of those UK classic things. I need some food. Literally all I've eaten so far today is maybe a dozen tiny little millionaire shortcake bites. All bunnies after the chocky cake. I mean, I've got chocolate sitting there that Mary got me for anniversary Valentine's, but it's going to take something a bit more filling, I think. Going to have to raise the kitchen. And it's getting close to shopping day, so there's not a huge amount of food left. Might be a tin of macaroni cheese. Oh no, I've got rice and I've got tuna, so it'll be a bowl of rice and tuna. That'll do the trick. That'll fill me up. Keep me going till tomorrow anyway. Then I'll do the water changes, be absolutely horrifically starving and have to cook something. hey ho, such is life. I'm trying to lose weight, so it's not bad to be hungry for a change. I mean, I've lost a stone already, which is 14 pound. It's 7 kilo if you're in European measurements. Pardon me. And once I get back on the bike and doing the rides and stuff, I'll lose a bit more as well. So, yay. Maybe we can get rid of some of this double chin that's going on. I say double, it's actually more like a triple chin, isn't it, really? Yeah, we've got an extra fold around there. Be nice to see my feet as well. I mean, I know they're not going to be attractive, but you know. And also, the less weight I'm carrying, the easier the bike rides will be, and the less my butt will hurt. So, yay. The better my air mattress will support me when I'm camping. The fitter I'll be and the healthier I'll be and the better I will feel. And I'll probably have to buy a bunch of new clothes because all the old ones will fall off. There we go. Yeah, chocolate cake is always a winner. Death by chocolate is the best though. They don't, with death by chocolate, they don't do any of that silly thing where they put like fruit in it. So where they might have put fruit in it, they just add extra chocolate. Yeah, death by chocolate, best chocolate cake ever. How many chanoides do you have? Chanoides, if you're a French. Is it just a pair? Always good to try and be healthy. I'm guilty of not trying. Yeah, it's just, yeah, it's. I just want to be a bit fitter and healthier. I know I'm overweight. I know my blood pressure is too high. I know my cholesterol is probably through the roof. And now I'm getting to that age now where I don't like looking on Facebook very often because it seems every time I do, someone else that is around about my age has had a heart attack or something. Or someone I went to school with has kicked the bucket. And you're like, oh dear. It's just chocolate cake. It's good for you mentally, just not physically. Releases lots and lots of endorphins, apparently. But you know, and if you misspell it, I send dolphins, and I don't want dolphins in my brain. There's enough weird stuff in there already. I don't need dolphins in there as well. Geez, give me some of the dreams I've been having lately. So Jeff was joking about zombie apocalypses earlier. Yeah, I've been dreaming about them. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna. I mean, not necessarily my New Year's resolution, as it were, but it's. Yeah, I want to. I mean, even not for my sake, for Mary's sake. You know, if I can squeeze another couple of years out of this old carcass, then that must be good, right? Yeah, I don't want the old people diseases or conditions. And I've noticed already I'm getting arthritis in places and bits aren't working as well as they used to, and it's taking longer to heal. And yeah, it's just depressing, I know, but it's all a part of getting older. And the closer and closer I'm getting to 50, the worse it's getting. I want to live until they find a cure for death. Yes, I don't want to live forever. immortality would suck big time. Because literally, you would watch everyone you've ever known or loved die. And yeah, it's bad enough with old people nowadays that get confused by technology. I'm not put myself in that category. Um, yeah, if you want everyone living forever, then we're going to have to, if we cure death, then we're going to have to stop birth as well. Because otherwise it's going to be well overpopulated. Um, yeah, no, I don't want to live forever. I mean, imagine how confusing new technology would get the older you get. And it's bad enough now. Go, oh well, I'll remember when, or trying to explain a rotary dial phone or cassette tape to a youngster. Heck, a bloody floppy disk is bad enough trying to explain it. We want the planet to grow its population. We'll have to populate different planets. That's the problem there. And then we'll end up with the Imperium of Man, like Warhammer 40,000, which is basically permanent war. Because there'll be one person that ends up in charge of it all. And if you don't agree with that person or that religion, you will be persecuted. You know, like we do now with just normal, with countries and wars, except it would be between planets. And then rather than dropping a small nuclear bomb on a city or two and ending a war, we'll be destroying the entire biosphere of a whole planet. You're such a liberal, Jeff. Howdy, Ricky. All free, no leaders, real community of equality. That's basically communism, just without a without a figurehead. And hey, I'm all for a bit of communism. Not necessarily communism, but a meritocracy, where people just get success by being good at stuff. Howdy, happy place. How you doing? God, all these people turn up just when I'm thinking I'm about to end it. Utopia. Yeah, I'm all right. Just everyone else. You see, you're in a happy place. I tend not to go there very often. Utopia. It would be lovely. I can't see it happening though, unfortunately. It's my realistic side. I mean, in my dream world, the world would be populated by me and millions of gorgeous women, or billions even. uh, Saying that, my dreams tend not to be like pink and fluffy and nice. They tend to be dark and spiky and horrible. I mean, come on, we all know my safe space is anger and hatred. No, do not let my mind go free. I'm sure at some point some evil spirit has tried to possess me. It got in there and went, hell no, and got out again. Uh, yeah, so it's when they bring in the not the brain chip, but the, a thing that will plug in so you can like download your dreams and stuff. Yeah, we don't want that. Not for me. If anyone would ever spend 5 minutes in my mind, they would understand why I'm the way I am. Yeah, no one wants to spend 5 minutes in my mind. I don't. It's a dark and scary place. No getting notifications. It might be that I don't like set them up beforehand, so YouTube gets a chance to send out notifications. I only really start setting the stream up about 10 minutes before I go live on a good day. Some days just literally set it up, hit go live, and it's 6 o'clock on the dot or a couple of minutes late. So yeah, I kind of circumvent that, which may be why you don't get. I wake up and hand my inner demons a Red Bull. So let's go, Buttercup. We got people to pee off. Yeah, that sounds like me. Although, I work retail, so I deserve a flipping Oscar. Yeah, anyone who thinks professional actors are wonderful actors, yeah, you want to find out what the people who serve you really think of you. Imagine retail if the service staff were able to say and do what they want. Yeah. So retail is a wonderful job except for the customers. I get to tell people their car's junk, they'll take X amount of dollars to fix it. Don't know what I'm saying is muted. Oh, which movie? Someone type in and ask Andrew what movie Donna's watching. Yeah. But see, the thing is with it, in the UK, if a car is deemed unsafe or not roadworthy by the mechanic, they get to keep hold of the keep hold of the car. The customer isn't allowed to take it unless it's been fixed and made roadworthy. Bill, barely ever hear. What I do, when I started doing live streams, everyone complained that I was too loud. I don't even know if I'm going to adjust the volume. I think it's just set how it is. Master mechanic at local mom and pop shop, the best place. Not one of the dealerships where it's like you go in for an oil filter change and they tell you need this, and this. You go, no, I don't. Dealership. There you go. So there is one mechanic I watch on YouTube. Is Rain Man Ray. Because, to me at least, he seems to be above board, sensible, not just out to rip customers off, and he's entertaining. Well, we all know what Ford stands for: fix or repair daily. I'm not a good salesperson either. The amount of people I send to other shops or to Amazon on a weekly basis. But in my view, what I'm doing is I'm making the customer happy. So even if we can't help them with what they want now, if they've received help and the person who was serving them was helpful, let them find what they were after, even if it was somewhere else, then they're more likely to come back because they received good service, if you know what I mean. Manda Panda, hello, my dearie. Woohoo! And Tim's S. London. How you doing, Timmy? Good to see you, my friend. Been a long time. How is the wonderful world of modifying cars and making plastic models? And hi to the little ones as well, who aren't that little anymore, I guess. Yeah, white with 2 sugars, please, Mandy. Yeah. I'm having one of them days. My brain just keeps going, no, you need food. Cup runner here. Yeah. What did I say? I said, Andrew, reason he was quiet is he's eating. Yeah. So yes, where were we? Heard that adverts are on. Someone was saying, is Andrew here? Yeah, he's here. He's probably lurking and eating a cake or a pork pie or something. Not touched models for ages. Toby's 6. Oh, Jesus Christ, Emily's 14. Oh, my God. That made, I don't know about you, Tim, but that makes me feel old. Mind you, Adam and Nadine are now 21 and 22 and 20. So, yeah, and I've not touched models for ages. Neither plastic or flesh. Uh, I do keep looking at figures, though. I might get one of them at some point to paint, but I've got a stock list from a supplier in Indonesia, so years. Most official list of my favourite fishes. They're rare fish, but available now. Woohoo! So Ricky is going to be putting in a very big order, buying all the fishes he wants, and then trying to do breedy reedies and make more. Jeez, Emily's nearly 14. Oh, dang. Yeah. Got a milk frother, so I make a very strong cappuccino 2 to 3 times a day. Now you just put 1 spoonful of coffee in, fill it 2/3 up with hot water, preferably boiling. Then you fill it the rest of the way up with milk, and you put a couple of sugars in there and get a stir and job done. That is coffee. It's not a lifestyle, it's a drink. Exactly. Ricky, time to go shopping. So at some point, go back and do some more. Yeah, at some point I will. It's I do need to tidy out the cave so I can actually get in there again, and then have a look at what I've got, and yeah, we shall see. The inspiration will strike at some point, and then I'll get all, yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to build this, I'm going to paint this, I'm going to do this, yeah. And I'll get there and realise that all my glue's evaporated, all my paints have gone solid. Model car builder and the prices of them sky high now. No, they're not. Try tanks or planes. I haven't bought any for ages, but the last ones I bought were probably 60 quid. So, yeah, and cars are normally 20 to 30. Might get Donna to do some modelling in her spare time. We're talking about a different kind of modelling, Andrew. You've got the camera gear as well, so you know you could do it. Blue spotted jawfish costing me roughly £5. I remember seeing one in Cambridge. It was around 240. 59 Chevy Impala. It was like $50, so what's that, about 35 quid? Yeah, it's still relatively cheap. Something like a mini arc full interior tank kit would probably be near $100, I guess. And don't look at Games Workshop prices, or you will scare yourself. I've built a few car kits, and Tim knows this and how bad I am at it. So I find that the build of a car kit is boring because there's not much to build, and then the paint is just a pain in the hole because every single layer has got to be perfect. Yeah. Yeah, eBay does have some cheap models on there, but yeah, built the Titanic and was ready to throw it across the room. But which Titanic? Because there's several models of it, and that's a fairly simple kit as well. I mean, there's a couple with a few fit issues, but it does count. A diorama of the Civil War does certainly count as a model. Had a lot of parts. Yeah, I'm generally not, and again, if Tim's still here, he'll know. I'm generally not really interested in a model kit unless it's got at least 500 or 600 parts. Some of the ones I've built have been 1,300, 1,600 parts. What we got up there that's easy to grab. Here we go. Oh. Come here, you. Disentangle yourself. So that is a 1/35th scale trumpeter T90S, I think, or might be an M. Might not look like it, but that's 1,300 parts. So even that tiny little panhard VBL was about 500. So yeah, car kits with like 50 to 100 parts. Yeah, it's just not enough building. Yeah, also, yeah, 1/72 scales. I've probably got a few of them kicking around somewhere still. But I do tend to prefer the 35th and the 48th. It's bigger and more bits. Yeah, I've built a couple of Bandai Gundams. I've got, well, that was just cooked together. None of them. I mean, if I grab the Camerara, so we've got upon there, on there, and there's a whole bunch on the coffee table of figures and tanks and planes, and a King George V with a 50 caliber shell in there. And there's a whole bunch of them upstairs. entire bookcase in the spare room, the man cave, that's covered in them. There's a bigger bookcase in my bedroom that's covered in them, and I've thrown hundreds in the bin over the years. So yeah. Yeah, you know, your storage space is full, so you chuck the old one in the bin, replace it with a new one, and then like there's a whole bunch of figures in front of the TV and cars underneath it, and oh yeah, taxidermy that goes wrong is the best taxidermy. 2 Lego sets no touched, Halloween hearse and knockoff fish skeleton. Pretty cool. The pieces are tiny. Lego parts are large. They are grande. I'd say some of the models I've built, you probably need a jeweler's loupe to see some of the parts. You know, for example, like the just the machine gun on top of the turret of some of them tanks has got 30-40 parts to it. Yeah, it could be my camera if people can't hear me. Hello? Is there a setting I can adjust? Mute, share screen. There might be a setting here somewhere. Channel level settings. Let's see, what does that say? No, that's monetization settings. We don't need that. There's probably a setting around here somewhere I'll have a look into. Could just be weird. Something going on. Howdy, Graham. How you doing? So I'm going to have to go and get something to eat in a moment anyway, before I flake out. Because the sugar and the caffeine are wearing off real fast. But yeah, so that's one of my other hobbies, is building scale models. I've built hundreds or thousands of them over the years. Oh no, someone's been thieving Buddy's taxidermies. That's not on. Well, as something appears to be playing silly beggars, it might just be me being quiet. It might just be the microphone needs the dust clearing out of it. I don't know. But yeah, I think I'm going to call it a bit early today, because I do need to eat something before I pass out. So thank you very much to everyone for being here, and for Mandy for the 21 months. I hope you all have a good week. Stay safe. Have fun. Peace out. Rock on. Bye-bye. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop do 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 do. Monday suck do 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 do. Monday suck do 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 do. Monday suck do 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 do. Arr.